Muslim woman goes to jail for good reason, comes out $85,000 richer days later. Only in the People's Republic of California, which hopefully will soon become its own nation so the rest of America can be saved, can a radical Muslim woman be awarded $85,000 in damages from the city of Long Beach, California, just because her 16th-century religious headscarf was forcibly removed by a police officer when she was arrested back in 2015. This award came after a Muslim, Kirsty Powell, filed a federal civil rights complaint after a 2015 arrest. She claimed in the suit that during the arrest her symbol of oppression was forcibly removed in view of other male officers and dozens of jail inmates. Oh, the travesty! Powell, who wears the hijab as part of her 16th-century religious beliefs, was forced to spend the night without the covering while in custody. She described the experience as deeply traumatizing. I wonder how traumatizing it was for the officers and other inmates to actually have to look at her uncovered mug. The New York Times reports. Wearing the hijab in solidarity perpetuates oppression. Saturday night at the Dar al-Nur Mosque in Manassas, Virginia, near Civil War battlefields, a girl of about 7 sat cross-legged in a dimly lit back corner of the prayer hall in the cramped sisters section. A tinted waist-high glass barrier separated the girl from the spacious brothers section, where about 50 men listened intently to a Saudi preacher who ignored the sisters. Well-intentioned women perpetuate the lethal global war of ideas, sexually objectifying women and absolving men of personal responsibility. The girl's hair was entirely covered by a scarf, per the mosque's guidelines for proper Islamic attire, including hijab for girls, while boys dress modestly. As mainstream Muslim women, we see the girl's headscarf not as a signal of choice, but as a symbol of a dangerous purity culture, obsessed with honor and virginity, that has divided Muslim communities in our own civil war, or fitna, since the Saudi and Iranian regimes promulgated puritanical interpretations of Sunni and Shia Islam, after the 1970s Saudi oil boom and the 1979 Iranian Revolution. In the 8 times the word hijab, or a derivative, appears in the Quran, it means a barrier or curtain, with spiritual, not sartorial, meaning. Today, well-intentioned women are wearing headscarves in interfaith solidarity. But, to us, they stand on the wrong side of a lethal war of ideas that sexually objectifies women as vessels for honor and temptation, absolving men of personal responsibility. This purity culture covers, segregates, subordinates, silences, jails and kills women and girls around the world. Recently, in Bareilly, India, a father killed his daughter, 4, smashing her head against the floor when her scarf slipped from her head during dinner. In Ontario, a few years ago, a man strangled his 16-year-old sister when she defied their father, including by refusing to cover her hair. In November, a former University of Missouri instructor dragged a female relative, 14, out of school by the hair when he discovered she hadn't covered her hair. Today, in Iran, friends of the journalist Missy Halanjad dodge buttons as they shoot photos of themselves, hair bare, in a campaign Alanjad started, #MyStealthyFreedom, to protest Iran's mandatory headscarf law. Last month, after writing an essay arguing the headscarf isn't Islamically mandated, we received verbal abuse from American Muslim leaders and academics, calling us despicable, clinically delusional, Satan and Dajjal, the Muslim equivalent of Antichrist. But we believe women have a right to wear, or not wear, the headscarf. To that end, we heard from Muslims from Malaysia to Minnesota who told us again and again, "Thank you." As we navigate our lives, in the battlefields of our faith, we do so with the value we hope all will support, rejecting tyrannical purity cultures and stepping forth with dignity, with the wind in our hair. The Islamic appeasing Long Beach Police Department has since then amended its policy to accommodate religious head coverings for persons in custody. Long Beach joins neighboring jurisdictions of Orange and San Bernardino counties, which both adopted similar policies following lawsuits brought on by those pushing to enact Sharia law in the United States. Why the double standard? I love to wear baseball caps, in fact, I wear one almost every day. If I were to ever get arrested, the cap is put into a belongings bag where it is retrieved when I post bail or I am released. Why do people like this get special treatment? Why do we as a society have to accommodate their needs? This is America, and here women don't wear hijabs, they wear tank tops and yoga pants, and if these inbreds don't like it, the door is wide open and they can go back to the cesspool they came from, where their oppression is welcomed and revered. Time to start taking a stand before we lose our culture forever. Thank you for watching.